All right, hi, this is Anakin, and welcome to part 4 of Railway Empire 2, the High Voltage DLC, the first scenario, also called High Voltage. And in the last episode, we focused on St. Gallen. So we got a lot of goods flowing in there, we got passengers flowing in there from Vaduz, we grew the city, we put in mountain cheese industry, which was a task. We actually set a line up from Rudy to get over there and get some freight moving over there. We even set one up from Zurich, I believe. Did we not? Or was I just imagining that? Let me look. Yeah. We ran trains over to haul some goods over to St. Gallen from Zurich, and got some tasks done, and then we got our new set of tasks, and we have to move passengers from St. Gallen to Schaffhausen, which is up here in a new territory, and we're going to need some money to get into this territory. All right. What did I say? Goods, passengers. I hope I said that. On an electric rail line. We're doing all electric, so it doesn't matter. 200,000 citizens in the region that we just kind of opened up. So we've got to get Appenzell, Glarus, and Vaduz joining St. Gallen in the growth parade, right? And then mountain cheese that we're producing in St. Gallen. In fact, we've got 20 some in our export warehouse to the region canton of Thurgau, and I think that's this one. So we got to get mountain cheese going to here, right? But if we look at like Schaffhausen, mountain cheese won't come until 40,000. So what we want to do is grow these two cities, Weinfelden and Schaffhausen, so that they will take the mountain cheese from here. So obviously we're going to have hookups here that you get the idea, so we can move those. And then what else we got to do? And a library in Constance. And Constance, is it part of this? Wow, look how huge this region is. And Constance is where? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Right here, just above this. If I'm repeating myself here, I had to take a long break for some, it's called bookkeeping work, and so I forgot where I was. So anyway, we got this. We have to do grow Constance. So here's a nice 3-city cluster. Meat is a problem. We can get meat right up here by putting in an industry over here. We can do whatever we like. Okay. And then the question is, why isn't Zurich growing? It's on the cusp. It'll get liquor. We can move salt into the system, and we should. There should be salt in the system. I really do like these warehouse setups because you can kind of just pick a spot and put your stuff in there, right? So we got salt. We'll throw that in that warehouse. Let's just go ahead and do it. Which one are you? This is passenger. Freight would be over here. Actually, I think, doesn't this go to Zurich Freight? It does. So if we just took our salt into this line, then we would be able to put salt into the freight line. Okay. Here we go. Let's go against the grain a little bit here. And I think we have enough money now to start doing this. When we build a new one out, a new raw material, we're going to start putting in maintenance. And we'll just fall right off. It'll go back empty. That's great. Okay, and I've had some people, not very many. I think if you watch me long enough, you get the idea. But I've had a few people who say you waste money by double tracking everything. Nah, no, I don't. Every once in a while, I will agree there is a waste. There is a potential waste. But overall, no, I don't. And the reason is because I know that these lines are going to be used and other things are going to be joining up with them down the road. And yes, I could save a few dollars by, single tracking or doing side tracks and stuff occasionally. Then you have to go to all the hassle of fixing it again. And I just don't, life's too short to mess with all that hassle. So I tend to double track almost all the time. And that way I have the flexibility to just build that little bit of track right there. And now salt can easily flow right into the system right where we want it and automatically be picked up for our other two cities. That life is good, right? So let's do this with a freight train. Confirm that it actually does something, which it should with no trouble at all. There we go. It's loading salt. Good deal. So we got salt going to Zurich. And I guess while we're here, we can go ahead and look. Because I do want to keep this cluster growing. That's one of the goals. We'll have liquor, because liquor is going to come from down here. And we got liquor set up so that it'll be good at producing the liquor. And then salt. And now we don't have our favorite planks. We'll throw planks in. Where's our wood coming into this system? Oh, down here. Planks will probably end up in Zug someday. All right. Oh, wait. And there was this new industry that got put in here. Cheese fondue, which needs, it needs the, mountain cheese. So that actually works fine. So we should see the cheese fondue start working. We don't own any of those, which is actually a blessing. There's a redundant, while we're thinking about it, there's redundant beer. I would say this one's redundant because we have the grain going in directly to Zurich. Redundant beer. So if we had a ton of money, we would knock that beer down and put something in, like planks, for example. Oh, that would be a good thing to do. All right, but I think what I really want to do is get back on focus here. And we're going to have to spend a bunch of money to open this up. And we got a lot of growth here, which is a lot of growth to do. And actually we have a lot of growth to do out here in a new setup. So let's just get an idea. 828, 2.1. I'll call it 2.2 and 8. We need 3 million to get it at. Oh, and I want to say thank you. Did I say this already? If I did, please do forgive me for repeating myself again. I had a big long break here right after I did just the start of this. Jamie Formosa pointed out that I had forgotten to do this. So, and I read his post and I slapped my head and went, oh my word. So what I've done is go back and set this up. Your 200% training, 120% welfare, 125% efficiency. So up until right now, I want you to think about this. Our maintenance requirements have been 25% higher than they needed to be. Our trains have been running 12% slower than they could be. Every train is running 12% slower. Our ticket prices have been 10% lower than they could have been. We've lost 10% passenger revenue all the way through to this point. And we have had, we've lost 10% on our mail and our revenue. our mail and our freight. So just think about that. I'm beating this horse because it's so important to do that, and it really should be the first thing you do. Because look at our quarterly results. This freight number, every freight number could have been 10% higher. Every passenger number could have been 10% higher. Every mail number could have been 10% higher, and actually more than that, because the passenger numbers, for example, you get bonuses for the speed, and we would have gotten there faster. With lower maintenance, we would have spent less time. Do you see what I'm saying? It's more than 10% difference in what we could have done, and that extra 10% could have been enough to, close a bond, open a bigger bond earlier, or to build an extra passenger line between two cities and start making, more than that, 10% more than that all the time. So, okay, enough of that. I'm really saying that to myself and to you. Go in there and do that when you start any scenario or campaign mission. Just do it. Do it. Okay. All right. Shame on you, Attican. Do better. All right. Connection bonus for sugar. I see no reason to pass on that. We've got sugar coming in. Oh, and we want to turn these two things. Now we've got all these things set up with all these goods coming into St. Gallen, right? We want to set these up as warehouses. And do we want to do that next? Yeah, we want to do that right away. So we're going to have a warehouse here. And in that warehouse, we're going to look at what's coming in here. Milk, for sure. Pears will be. Milk and pears. Milk and pears. And then what we could do is say, you know what? You're bringing us meat and clothing from Rudy. So do we want to cut that off? And you're bringing us potentially beer and cloth and fondue cheese from Zurich. Do we want that? No. I think we're going to pass on that. We'll just do the raw materials for now, but we could think about adding those back in. So let's go here. No, sorry. This needs to be a warehouse. Okay. And in this one, we've got sugar, veggies, grain, and herbs. Grain, sugar, veggies, and herbs. There we go. So that will immediately signal all these places to send more as soon as they are needed in these other places, as soon as we have our freight lines running there, right? Now, do we want to wait on our bond, or do we want to set that up? Our balance in the last 7 days was 335. And I think is that a daily balance? Like rolling over the last 7 days? Or is that, no, that I'm pretty certain that would be a weekly balance. So over the last 7 days, but it is rolling, but for the last 7 days, we've done 335. I've got this freight line running way down here. I think we're going to not try to double it across here, because it's just going to start running out and making big old bridges. Now we could double it from here, So why don't we put a freight station here? Oh, why don't we make a little money? Put a freight station here in Vaduz, or however you say that, and go like this. And by the way, when I butcher the names, I certainly don't mean to disrespect them in any way. It's just, you know, this is the way a hillbilly says these names, so there it is. So I don't mean any disrespect, but, you know, in some way a lighthearted disrespect, yes, I do mean. And if you don't have a sense of humor for that, this is probably the wrong channel for you. Okay. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and bite the bullet and make it a larger station. Because everything just works better when you got these nice size stations. Okay. And now we can think about how we're going to connect to this. I don't see extra track here at all. I think I see it coming like this and connecting in at that bridge. And here. What in the world? Okay, and then we want this guy to join the party. Here. And we'll put some Jan Jansons in here. Beautiful. Not that we're going to probably never need them, but we'll run this into here. And this will be a freight with that train go, and you can pick us up a bonus. And then I think, whoa, do we want this to be a warehouse? Yes, if we make it a warehouse, then that'll make it easier to get the sugar over to the next one in our hit parade. So we'll do the sugar in a warehouse here for Vaduz. And I would really like to have meat here, wouldn't I? Yes, I would. I'll answer my own question. So meat industry would cost us how much? 300. Okay, they're cheap. So save up 300. Okay, that, and oh good, it's still there. Meat industry can go right there. And we can hook this up. I think we can steal this. I really do. I think we can set up over here. It's acting like it likes it, so we're going to say it does. And we'll go like this. And we can join that party right there. And like so. We have, I'm getting out of my mantra here. Okay, so this one we have junctions at both ends, so we set our signals. Lovely. And we'll do a run full. There we go. And keep that meat industry. See there, we're stealing it from an area we don't have access to. I think we can do that for these logs as well. If we can sneak one right there. Yep, we can. Of course, we can do the grain. Lovely, lovely. And we got to stop the stunting here. So if we were to make a freight station right there and put well, we can come out of that one. I suppose we could just go hook into this. Okay, good quarter. We gained ground. Okay, and I haven't looked at research for a while, so what are we wanting to do? We're right in this area. Recruiting. Those are not horribly exciting. 8229. What are we running now? 77,200. So this would be an upgrade for us. This SSB would be a nice train to have. 142 popularity. This one's 155. It's more popular. It's actually kind of better. So that's not a huge gain for us. This is. These two are, and actually that is too, because that's where we pay most of our extra money for people. Maintenance time is less. Yes, that's quite nice. Okay. Now I think I probably connected this to the wrong track because it didn't. Good for me. All right, let's go here and here, and I'm not going to expand this station just yet. I'll save that little bit of money, and I lied. I am going to expand it right now, because what will happen is if we don't do it now, when it starts to get crowded, we will do it. Well, sure enough, there'll be like 4 trains stacked up there, and they'll all have to reset because we didn't do this in advance. So we're going to do it now and get that set. And we'll do the same thing out the back end when we're ready to do that. And we're just going to have a little freight line that runs from here to here. And it's all set to go. And in fact, if we just had a little crossover, we could run it from the other one as well. So let's run one train, and then let's go to the other side. And again, if we just had a little crossover right here, no big deal. There won't be a lot of trains going, so it's not going to be a huge impact on anything. But you just need to be able to go from here over to this track, and from here over to that track. Yeah, that's all you need. And now we can come out of this guy to here. There we go. Now there'll be nothing right away, but now that we've created those lines, then this warehouse will start bringing in stuff that's actually intended for Appenzell, and plus beer potentially. It doesn't even need the beer yet, but the grain and the wood and sugar. See, sugar's on the way. So there we go. There we go. That's working. So we can stop that bleeding at least. So we've stopped the bleeding. We've gotten meat set up. We'll have to bump it up later. And what we don't have actually I don't think we have lines running. That's just that's our cattle and our sugar. So we need a line that runs from here to here. You know what? We need, because we're kind of treating these as two different big warehouses, right? We're running a lot of different stuff in there. We're not doing the redundancy thing where they work the same on either side. So we really kind of need to be able to run to both warehouses, which is fine. What we'll do is, that one works for sure, all right? And then the other one, I don't think that's going to work. But let me just, the best way to find out is just to go here to here. How would it do that? Oh, it's already there. Oh, perfect. So that one little crossover gave us all that capability. Oh, it's beautiful. We'll have to watch traffic to see if we've created a monster here. But until that time, we can run a freight line like that and run to the other side. That's probably going to run empty as well. And I just want to check my signals here. Yeah. You need signals. You have signals. Yeah, now it's running. Okay. And these electric trains are beautiful, aren't they? I mean, seriously, they are beautiful. It's hard to stop here. I do want pairs going in here. Doggone it, I do. I just want to get that in there and ready. Okay, and we'll do a little. We'll do a couple of Jansons just in case, or just to be doing it. So you can run in there. Yep, we needed them. So pairs are headed in, and we kind of need to get this guy playing, and we might want to think about a piece of track that goes across the middle like that, but then it would have trouble reaching that. It actually would be easier just to have it just run right on down through here. We could absolutely though use a bypass around. Let's see. We could use a bypass like this. And we could get a freight station here. Yeah, I'll bite the bullet. Glarus Freight, and this will be, oh, we've already named it Glarus Passenger. Okay. Glarus Freight can just hook into everything else. Okay. And we'll go from Glarus Freight to this guy. I think we better run a couple of trains for that. And then I'll start the other end for this one. This. To here. Let's check that line. That looks good, and go. And you know, it won't have anything at first, again, because it has to register, and that warehouse needs to, you know, all these things feeding the warehouse need to understand that, you know, we've got a new customer, and then they'll start shipping stuff in. Okay. And I'm still not seeing how we're doing logs into this. It seems like we're not bringing these logs in there. Well, I mean, obviously we're not bringing these logs, but I don't see logs way up here. I mean, we could bring them this way and put them in a warehouse here. That wouldn't be bad. Why don't we do that? Because we're not doing much with this end. Let's go warehouse and maintenance, and let's go ahead and okay, we may have to think about. Actually, that's fine. Now, tell you what, that's too tight a merge right there. But we can fix that. We can just go like this and just go straight up here and merge. That gives you plenty of room and keeps you completely off the passenger line to Rudy, which is a very profitable line for us. There we go. Much better. Much better. So what was I going to do? Oh yeah, the wood out here. Line it up with the contours. Come on down off the hill. And now, if I do this, then I got to fix this, don't I? The answer would be yes, but I'm going to do this anyway. Okay, we've got junctions at both ends, so let's set signals. Whoops. Okay. And then to get over here, I think what we're going to do is have this track merge with that, and this track go back and put signals in here, and no short block here. Got a short block right here, so we'll reset these signals right there. It takes care of that problem. And there's a short block. That might be a short block. I don't think so. All right, good enough. All right, so let's go to our warehouse here and put whoops, warehouse, turn on logs. That's it so far, but I can see salt going in there. We could do grain in there too, wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt a thing. But let's just do the logs for now, because I want to get back to saving some money. So there we go. There, that'll work nicely. And we'll worry about optimizing it later. It was more, yeah, it's only 14 days. All right, good. Good. And we got a connection bonus here of 550. And how much time we got left? 400 days. So let's look at what we're company value, 2.3 million loan. Yeah, see, we could get a bunch of money right now. We'll take it. All right, give us money. So we got 3 million, and I think that's what we need to get this. And we'll let this run just a little bit more, make this about 3.3 million, just to be sure. There we go. Now let's buy this connection and this connection. Okay. So we're starting to get this set up to grow. And they got sugar and veggies and milk. I mean, and you know, this meat needs to be producing minimum of 3 right now, just even at the startup phase. It needs to be producing, well, 2, 3, like 4. All right, so unfortunately we own it, so we're going to have to do something about that. And that means, well, that would be good right there. Oh, that's nothing. 300,000 would give us a decent meat supply for now. Of course, we do have meat coming from Rudy as well, but I really want to come in within this sector. All right, so he's got meat to export. That's excellent, excellent. And I thought of one more thing. This guy needs to connect to the freight line, which is it will show me the trains. Freight. Well, really all he needs to do is be able to go, I think, if he can just go here and here. Let's just find out. So we would like you to, or you already set up for this, okay. We'd like it to go to here, which of course it can do. So a couple of trains, freight, go. And then we'd like it to go to this freight, which of course it can do. Okay, there we go. So now we've got all 4 of these. Well, no, we don't. No, we don't. We have this one talking to all 3. This one talking to all 3. This one, all we're missing is here to here. That's it. All we're missing is this line, Vaduz to Claris. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. So they're all talking to each other. We've got a bunch of stuff coming in. We've got wood, we've got pears and sugar and vegetables and grain and milk and herbs and more sugar and cattle and you know, whatever. Now, let's look at our, this is a bonus, we need to get that. Let's go to our passenger thing. Let's do passengers first. We'll put a passenger line here. And we will connect it to passenger station here. Double track. Give it signals. And I'm sorry, that was switches. Those last things were signals. And we'll set up a passenger's line from here to here. 9 days, we'll run 2 trains. There we go, and we'll get that bonus. Now just increase the passenger flow everywhere, all through the system. There we go. And then we'll connect on out to Schaffhausen. But we're not going to run this one yet because we've got to run that direct line, right? But I think what I'll do is pass it through the station because that's the track I actually want to end up with. So let's go out here. And okay, this isn't too bad. Probably want to tilt it a little this way if we put some freight stations in here. So why don't we put our, let's put our passenger station down here like this. Okay. And then we're going to want to run a line to WEI like that. We certainly don't want to cross that bridge like that. That would be ridiculous. Like that is not bad. Okay. We'll double track it. And we'll put the switches, and the signals. There we go. I am finding you need to get down here to do your signals, otherwise you kind of mess them up. So the line we want is, what is it? You know what? It doesn't really say it has to be without stopping, but I'm going to assume it does. I'm going to run. I just want to be sure. So we're going to run this passenger station to this passenger station. Express. 26 days. I'm only going to run 2 trains, and I think here I'm going to say at least have 4. Yeah. And we might just go ahead. Oh, he just rips right through. Now it does hurt us a little bit. This line here actually hurts us a little bit because it's taking passengers to, or does it? Yeah, it's taking passengers to here who then could go on to here, but they could have just done that from back here to start with. So do we kill this line? We do. We're going to kill that line for the time being. And that being said, then we're going to take this line here. Well, what's the second one doing? It's going to... Uh-huh. Oh yeah, SCH, that's right. The second train hadn't deployed yet. Okay. I just want to see how quickly it loads. It'll deploy when this one gets out to the other end. And it has no problem. How many passengers? 44, 40, 80. We'll put more trains on it for now. Okay. Alright. So we can kind of think of this one as done. We're working on this one. We did a lot of setup on this one. And now we've got to get we want to go to Thurgau. Yeah, we want to grow this and we want to grow Constance. So we want to set up, we want to grow this city, and this city, Constance. So we really would like to have a 3-city cluster right here. We've got beer, and cloth. Not perfect. And then nothing up here. That could be our, we could do meat in Tuttlingen and have it feed the cluster. I mean, we could have it be part of the cluster if we wanted to. Let's just do that. I think a line across here, up here. Let's do. Let's follow our our process. Let's get the passenger stuff in here first. So it can then help pay for everything else. And I just realized what I haven't done. Shame on me. This is maintenance and post office. This one will be, and we're not really using it, but we'll go ahead with it because I'll forget it later. Restaurant and post office, and back here will be another maintenance. Maintenance and post office. Okay. So this train here will get bonus on its post office when it comes back, and it did going out as well. All right, so now this is both. So this is going to have to be maintenance again. This is going to be a post office. And I'm starting to run out of time here. So let's stop right here. And looky here. Before we go, we will definitely put I gotta find it. Here it is. There we go. We'll replace that immigration office with a university. And then we will I just want to see, are they, oh, they don't even need beer yet. We need to grow this one so they can consume some of this beer and all that good stuff. But anyway, actually, you kind of need to grow them all, don't you? Grow every city. See, now we've stemmed the tide here. It's not declining. It's a tiny little place, but it's not declining. As it's slowly getting some things, some meat, some sugar, veggies, and milk. It's getting some herbs. Oh, it's got this factory that we really want to buy and knock down, I think. Oh, it's cheap. Okay. So that begs what will we like. Hopefully I'll remember. We'll come back to that next time. So again, thank you to Jamie Formosa for pointing out that I'd forgotten to set my staffing correctly. And we should be doing much better now thanks to that. Oh, let's just see, just as an example. Let's just see. Yeah, look at that, 58. Oh, my word. What about you? Vaduz to the 46. Oh, my word. Oh, all that money. All that money that could have been ours. All that beautiful money. Okay. All right. So we made progress. It may not seem like it, but see, look at this. We're already at 146 over here. And then we'll repurpose those lines in a bit. And we're growing this. And we're starting to set the footprint here, but we're just getting started for these two. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you saw something that'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.